Hello everyone and welcome to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Divine Intuitive, and this is an extended reading that connects to my first reading that was posted just a few minutes ago on TikTok regarding energy balance and maintenance, and so how to trust divine timing and self-awareness, and how that teaches you to work with your own energy to include your divine masculine and divine feminine energy as well. For most of you, I feel as though there's a mixture of divine masculine and feminine energies present today. In my last reading, we opened the reading the way that I would like to open readings moving forward, pulling 3 runes and then 1 card to give confirmation on what the runes had given in the message for us today from my guides. To give you a little background on myself, I am an empath and an intuitive reader, and I channel readings from my spirit guides or my archangels, which is who I identify with as my direct access to my higher self. It is completely different for everyone, and so please take only what you resonate with in terms of being able to connect with divine timing, divine process for energy, and your highest version of self. On this channel, we will be talking about a wide range of spiritual topics. There is no limit. So please like, subscribe. If you have not already, you will not have access to this reading. So thank you for subscribing. And please know that subscribing and liking the video gives me direct access to your energy, and also gives you the chance to contribute to the readings that are posted on my channel. Excuse me, I'm going to get a drink of water before we move forward. I hope that each of you is having a wonderful day, and that you are able to take some time out to connect with your higher self today, as well as nourish your body, whether hydrating, exercising, eating nutritious foods, resetting your energy, meditation, whatever works for you. To begin this reading, my guides have requested that I use my Spirit Allies deck. So my Spirit Allies deck, for those of you who are not aware of this particular tarot deck, it's an oracle deck that is centered around minerals, animals, totem animals, and also ancestors. And so it gives a wide range of different aspects. And so this deck also includes really great hand-drawn pictures of crystals, and just allows us to work with earth elements. And so it pairs really nicely with my other deck, which is the Sacred Spirit deck, which centers on the 5th dimension and higher self. So we're going to begin today with drawing a couple of cards, or whatever cards come out of the deck, from our Spirit Allies. Oh, so as I'm shuffling, so I have 5 cards that just kind of flew out of the deck. The first one is frog, the second one is rabbit, kava, herb, ametrine, mushroom in the reverse position, and blue lotus in the reverse position. So looking at the frog card, we can see that the frogs there are 2 of them. So one frog is light, one frog is dark, and they are sitting under the stars. And so I think this connects to our first reading, in that this represents both sides of self. But in order to fully check, I am going to work with my pendulum and see what my guides are saying, just to get more clarification. So I'm going to call in my guides right now, using my pendulum. Archangel Michael, are you with me? Okay, thank you. So Archangel Michael is my main guide for my readings. Archangel Michael is the frog card symbolizing the balance of self with connection to the universe. Can you give me more clarification, please? And Archangel Michael is saying yes. So we have confirmation that this card is representing the need to be able to live harmoniously within ourselves. And then this harmonious nature is very much present to the universe. And so those two have a very, very close-knit relationship. And so as you learn to balance your own energy, you have more access to the divine. I also see this in the rabbit card as well. The rabbit card, again, we have a black rabbit and a white rabbit looking at a moon. And so that represents, the connection to the cycles that are going on up above us, and understanding, how astrology and how our own birth order and in the family we come from, not only that origin, but also the personality that we have and how that is manifested in our divine feminine and masculine energies within, but also our shadow work and the things that we bring to relationships. So really being aware of the light, the spiritual part of ourself, and also the need for working with the shadow self and that essence. So being able to embrace both sides of self and the gifts that are given from the universe from that. And Michael was just saying there are two sides of self, and you have to be able to recognize both parts in order to know yourself completely. That's residual in the herb Kava Kava, which I don't normally use my guidebook because I don't need to, with guidance received from my archangels, but also my intuitive nature. But I wanted to be able to bring forward the importance of Kava Kava today and what it says with regard to kind of what we have already shared. So, given that connection between self and nature, as mentioned in the first reading, and respecting divine timing and the natural order of things and the cycles here present on earth, Kava Kava means connecting to the earth and yourself is how you'll be able to make clear decisions about where you are going and where you want to be. Imagine a brilliant white light that extends from you to the soil below. Feel it stretch beneath the surface and intertwine with the natural roots of the earth. You are connected to the source. This will bring comfort to you and solidify decisions you will make. As you continue throughout life, remember to always come back to your roots. So if I'm understanding this message correctly, and the nudge from my guides to read it out loud, it is saying with that rune Isa that when you come out of a period of stagnancy, it is super important to remember that you are connected directly to the divine. You are a being of light. You are a being that carries so much weight in the universe. You are connected to thousands of people that you don't even recognize, that you may not have met yet, that you're unsure of. But the energy that you give forward and the things that you are desiring to manifest and desiring to make whole, you have to have that harmonious relationship with the divine first. You have to be able to manage your own energy and live in a flow state with your energy, both the light and the dark parts of self. Remember that we saw in the rabbit card that we just discussed. The next card that pairs with this as well is the crystal ametrine. And interestingly, the ametrine card is number 13. And so the number 13 in, outdated ideologies like Christianity suggests that 13 is the number of rebellion. So what I'm going to propose is that in this process, maybe there is some rebellion. Maybe rebellion is the first step. It was for me when I let go of all of those programs and outdated mindsets. I went into a state of rebellion, which I know now is thinking for myself. And interestingly enough, the card represents being able to realize that we are greater than our habits. We are greater than the things that we know. And so ironically, I think that makes total sense with, the number of this card, which is 13. When you look at the card, ametrine is almost similar to a fluorite stone. It has different elements. And so my guides are saying that these different elements represent the rainbow. So the rainbow to a lot of people is the way that light moves across the earth, the way that light is seen by other people. So really utilizing your light. Most importantly, yes, in utilizing this light, making sure you utilize your energy in beneficial ways. The next card that we have is the mushroom card. And the mushroom card reminds us to see the magic in things, to be able to look at the positive, to be able to embrace the positive. So being able to see the magic in our manifestations, the magic that we are as spiritual beings, to be able to really, really utilize who we are and appreciate the gifts that we offer and the things that we offer to others in relationships. This could be romantic, platonic, it could be working relationships, family relationships, and it could just be you as an individual and how you connect with other people. So really understanding the positive of self, because once you understand the positive of self, it helps you that much more. And as I said that, I looked at my timer for the video and I saw 12:22. So the numbers 12 and 22 could be significant to someone watching this video today, or maybe more than one member of the collective watching this video today. The last card that we have is the Blue Lotus card. Okay, so this card represents being open to the teachings of the divine. And so again, being able to become comfortable with yourself and be able to walk that spiritual process. So being able to really, really, really integrate those teachings of the divine. I'm going to call them downloads. And so one of the downloads that I received recently was the need to be yourself and to heal yourself and work through your shadow work rather than trying to bridge someone else's spiritual experience. And so I was given the visual of myself standing on a bridge with a rope and trying to throw that to someone else to speed along their spiritual journey. This is not a possibility. The divine has its own timing, and so the divine is going to call to order what is need to be worked on. And so that may most likely occur within the individual. It is not going to be a process that you can assist, a process that you can help exacerbate or speed along. So just know that you have your spiritual journey and someone else has their spiritual journey, which is what I was shown in that particular download and vision that I received. To conclude the reading today, we're going to get more clarification on the Blue Lotus card. As Archangel Michael has reminded me that he is not finished communicating what he wanted to communicate in the first reading, and also this reading regarding the importance of trusting the divine rather than really, really relying on self or just leaning on self. So without further ado, we are going to discuss what the final message is for today, or maybe there is more than one message for those of you listening. Okay, so I'm shuffling the cards. Let me see what comes out here. While I'm shuffling, just to go with the teachings of the divine, it is so important to trust the process and detach, just entering in that full state of surrender. So we have 2 final cards. Yes. And these give more clarification. So, yes. Okay. We have the Dark Night of the Soul card and the Energy Signature card. So this connects with that spiritual process. So for those of you who don't know, interestingly, the Dark Night of the Soul card is number 11, but for those of you who are not aware, the Dark Night of the Soul is considered to be an ego death. So an ego death is where that programming that I discussed earlier melts away. An ego death is letting go of attachment. It is letting go of expectation and trusting divine timing fully. And for each person, the Dark Night of the Soul is different. It can be super intense and painful, or it can be slow and painful. It can be not so painful. It all depends on what is meant for you. Each experience is different. So the Dark Night of the Soul has many different meanings for many different people. I want to say the Dark Night of the Soul. One second, I want to grab my journal so I can kind of talk with you more about this concept. It's been a really long time since I actually thought about the Dark Night of the Soul. So one moment as I find my journal that kind of goes through what I experienced during that time. Alright. Bear with me just one moment. I'm really sorry, you guys. I just had to look through it and find it. So, I want to say the Dark Night of the Soul for me was when I started my spiritual journey 100%. I met my twin flame, and it doesn't always occur with a twin flame, but for me it did. And so when I met my twin flame reflected back to me or showed me the things that I needed to let go of as part of programming. And so for me, some of the things that I let go of during my Dark Night of the Soul, the main thing was religion. And so religion was something that I struggled with for a really long time because I lacked confidence in myself and I lacked the ability to think for myself. That's why I struggled with that. It was something that I put in place of self-love and self-care, and also utilizing my gifts. On my channel, it took me a long time to want to step forward and want to share with other people because I was discouraged. And so that was part of my Dark Night of the Soul process, was letting go of things that had limited me, had given me limiting beliefs, negative thought patterns, addictions, etc. Even toxic relationships was also a part of that for me. The last card and message that we have of the day is Energy Signature. So your energy signature is the message that you bring to the collective. So it is your signature. It is your unique self. So when you were incarnated into this world, you came in as an individual, and there is no one else like you with your energy. Even though you may share your energy with a twin flame, maybe a soulmate, or higher level soulmate depending on what is meant for you and what you chose for this lifetime. But you are an authentic version of self. I'm sorry I got tongue-tied, but I heard from my guides while I was speaking, which kind of stopped my ability for a second, that each person offers something, and that authenticity connects together to form a web or a grid in the universe. And so please do not doubt your ability to be able to interact and the importance of interacting and giving energy to others, but remain balanced in doing so, is what I'm hearing. So I hope that this message reached whoever it needed to reach today, and that it provided that great clarification that was needed. I will be posting another video again on Monday next week. So please join me for the next collective reading and extended reading here on Patreon. For now, I'm wishing each of you a great remainder of your day, and love and light energy from above. Take care, and I'll connect with you again on the next reading. Thank you so much.